Tom Brady's roast was an insane night in sports history. From million-dollar confessions to decade-long rivalries meeting head-on, everything was on the table. We'll even look at what roast made Brady finally get out of his seat to stop it all. Here are the top 10 insane moments from the greatest roast of all time, Tom Brady. Kim Kardashian made an appearance, but she almost didn't even get to speak as she was met with loud boos instead of cheers. All she did at that point was walk on stage and the space was full of boos. Kim could barely start her roast. The host Kevin Hart had to step in and get the audience to quiet down. Kim was likely invited to roast at the event because the reality TV star was rumored to be romantically involved with Tom Brady in the summer of 2023. Kim even addressed the rumors head-on, saying, "Speaking of Tom and I dating, I know there were some rumors that we were, and I'd never say if we did or not. I just released the tape," referencing the first scandal of Kim's career and what many say was the spark for her fame, the infamous tape with Ray J from 2007. However, Kim shared that she didn't see her and Brady ever working out for a particularly interesting reason. Brady reminds Kim too much of her stepdad Caitlyn Jenner. The reality TV star shared that Brady's high cheekbones and the fact that he is also an ex-athlete, the similarities would be too much for Kim. As this section of Kim's roast was happening, a photo collage appeared on the screen showing Brady's transformation throughout the years, but the last two pictures were actually of Caitlyn Jenner. Kardashian finished off her roast with, "I'm just here tonight to support you and celebrate you. I'll give you the same advice I give all of my exes. Good luck knowing the best is behind you." Tom Brady did get back at Kim later in the evening with a joke she seemed to not appreciate. He had said, "I know Kim was terrified to be here tonight, not because of this, but because her kids are at home with their dad," referencing Kanye's past erratic behavior. The remark drew laughter from the crowd, but not from Kardashian. When the camera panned over to the reality star, she only had a tight-lipped smile and an unimpressed look on her face. Fans online were quick to comment on the look, one writing, "If looks could kill, Tom would be deceased." The event was open to the public and football fans flooded the event, so that might be why the reactions to Kim got so out of hand. Will Ferrell's TV personality Ron Burgundy made an appearance and it was incredible. The Ron Burgundy character comes from Ferrell's hit 2004 movie Anchorman: The Legend of Ron Burgundy. He's an over-the-top hotshot news anchor introduced during the roast as a living legend, a world-class lover, and the #1 news anchor in all of San Diego. Ferrell looked like he was having a lot of fun roasting the football players, speaking on how gorgeous Brady was. But this is a roast after all, and the praise didn't last long. Burgundy revealed that he never liked Tom, and that in all his years of watching professional football, he never saw a more boring quarterback, hammering the point home, saying Brady ruined football for all of us. Ron Burgundy was a big hit and an excellent surprise. Peyton Manning surprised the crowd when he introduced his rival Tom Brady for Tom's roasting time. Of course, a night all about roasting your enemy. Who wouldn't show up for that? But it was a surprise for the crowd as it was never officially announced that Manning would be there. He did a great job though. As he was introducing Brady, he let the crowd in on some details regarding the upcoming season of his show, Monday Night Football, saying that Bill Belichick was going to be helping him out and his fellow quarterback Eli Manning with their show, that they were so excited and that it was going to give the unemployed coach something to do. Peyton Manning finished off his little bit about the show saying, "It's gonna be awesome. Eli and I are super excited and it's gonna give Coach Belichick something to do, the chance to be around quarterbacks he respects." Shortly after the quarterback of the hour, Tom Brady made his way to the stage to dish out some roasts that we will get to in a minute. Comedian Nikki Glaser took the stage and roasted not only Brady, but also Rob Gronkowski, also a football player. Rob is also known as Gronk and isn't exactly known for his intelligence, to put it nicely. I mean, when it comes to crypto, it seems Brady isn't the most intelligent either. He was an ambassador for a crypto company that was originally valued at over $32 billion, but when it crashed hard, and Brady reportedly lost about $30 million. Glaser used the situation as the inspiration for a double hit roast, saying, "Tom lost $30 million in crypto. Tom, how did you fall for that?" Even Gronk was like, "Me know that, not real money." The roast was met with lots of laughter, even from the parties roasted. Gronk did have his moment to roast, don't worry, but It was a glass shattering that was the most surprising aspect of his section, and Gronk was the one to shatter it. Gronk not only took shots at former teammates and coaches, he also took shots with them. Finishing up his roast, he and those he roasted knocked a glass back together. The energy was high, and this was clearly not people's first glass of giggle juice, and Gronk seemed to have gotten swept up in the excitement. He spiked his glass on the stage, not like spike as in like put something in it, spike like the football term, throwing something to the ground forcefully. It's a signature for the player. He threw his little glass to the ground, the shattered pieces flying. When it happened, the situation was met with cheers, but social media users were quick to point out how dangerous the stunt was. There would have been people sitting decently close to where the glass shattered. Many people pointed out someone could have lost an eye or been cut by the shards. Plus, now the stage is covered in glass, although Gronk allegedly offered to sweep it up. It wasn't just a night of roasts, it was also a night for revenge. Drew Bledsoe got revenge on the former coach that benched him for Brady, Bill Belichick. When Brady was first breaking into the football scene in the early 2000s, he was brought on to the New England Patriots. But to do that, another player was benched, Drew Bledsoe. Luckily for Drew, he wasn't out of the game long. The Buffalo Bulls picked him up. So it all worked out in the end. But the drama from the situation, it was fun to follow at the time, and it has followed the three men throughout their careers. It was also the inspiration for some epic roasts last night. The trio reunited for the greatest roast of all time. Belichick left the Patriots a few months ago and has yet to find another coaching position, something Drew was not afraid to comment on. Coming face to face with the man that benched him, Drew said, "There were rumors that Coach Belichick was going to be here tonight. Turns out he has some time on his hands. Look, at least when I got fired, somebody else wanted me." A devastating blow. With all the roasts being thrown his way, it's only fair Tom Brady gets a chance to say his piece. No one was safe. Manning was one of the first to get burned. Brady saying, "I know sometimes you live in Denver and sometimes you live in Louisiana, but you'll always live in my shadow." He wasn't afraid to reference and maybe even admit to some past scandals of his, like Deflategate. Deflategate happened between 2014 to about 2016-ish. Tom Brady was accused of deflating the footballs when the Patriots won the 2014 AFC Championship game. He got a 4-game suspension and the team had to pay a fine of $1 million. The NFL did an investigation of the incident that ended up costing $20 million, and Brady ripped into them for that one. He said, "The NFL spent $20 million and found that it was more probable than not that I was generally aware that someone may have deflated my footballs. You could have just given me the $20 million and I would have just told you I effing did it." This particular moment was met with not just laughter but also a standing ovation. Not even the audience was safe from Brady that evening. He double flipped them off as he exited and told his critics to lose his number. Back with Drew Bledsoe, because he didn't just get revenge on his former coach, but also directed some jabs at the man that caused him to get benched in the first place, Tom Brady, of course. The highlight from his roasts about Brady were him comparing what he has with what Brady does. Bledsoe said, "Look, buddy, you have more rings than I do," referring to Super Bowl rings, "but I've experienced a couple of things you never will experience. The feeling of being the #1 overall draft pick in the NFL and a 28th wedding anniversary. It was yesterday." Obliterated Brady with those ones. Though Brady was the cause of Drew getting benched, he wasn't the top pick of the draft that year. He wasn't even the top 10 or the top 100. He was 199th. His standing in the draft matters little now, but it was great inspiration for the roasts yesterday. Of course, comments about Brady's divorce from supermodel Giselle was a hot topic, but many agree host Kevin Hart roasted the situation best. It happened during Hart's opening speech. Opening roast? It really set the tone, letting the audience know nothing was off limits. Brady and ex-wife Giselle were together over a decade but divorced in 2022. One reason that made its way around the internet and various celebrity news sites was that Brady was working too much and not being supportive enough at home. When he retired and then came out of retirement shortly after, that encouraged the rumor. It was pretty big news at the time, which is why Kevin Hart just had to bring it into his speech. Hart said, "When you got a chance to go 8 to 9 and all it will cost you is your wife and kids, you gotta do it." That wasn't the only time Kevin incorporated the storyline into the roast, but it was a fan favorite. Again, nothing was off limits for the event. While that's not completely true, there was one thing Brady seemed touchy about. Jeff Ross has made a name for himself with his comedy and his ability to roast celebrities like no other. It makes sense that he would be the one to cross over the line and cause Brady to actually get out of his seat to stop him from speaking. Ross is known as the Roastmaster General after all. But what exactly was the roast in question? Ross began referencing the New England Patriots owner Robert Kraft. Brady played for that team almost 2 decades, and even him getting to the professional level is regarded as amazing, as he was the 199th pick in the draft, chosen in the 6th round. The Roastmaster General commented on that before bringing in a different aspect of the Patriots team, the owner. Ross said Tom became a Patriot and moved up to New England, and on the first day of training camp, that scrawny rookie famously walked into the owner Robert Kraft's office and said, "I'm the best decision your organization has ever made. Would you like a massage?" With absolutely no context, this just sounds like an odd thing to say, but with the context, it's a highly suggestive comment. Patriots owner Robert Kraft was involved in a 2019 massage parlor scandal, one where the massages were the most appropriate in nature. He never ended up getting charged as there was a lack of evidence, but the scandal has been attached to his name ever since. Brady seemed to not appreciate the implications of Ross's roast, getting up from his seat, walking over to the comedian, and whispering into his ear, "Don't say that again." Ross took it in stride, nodding his agreement and finishing off the remainder of his stage time. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below or your favorite roast from the night. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. Bye!